Hello my house, I'm Athina and thank you for clicking on this video. Today we are going to have a timeless pick a card reading about what changes are coming your way. So you can sorry. I was thinking about what I should say next. So you can choose your group or groups based on the color of the dice, the number 1, 2, or 3. You can choose based on the back of the deck. You can also choose based on the crystal. I'm also going to show you the artwork of each deck, so maybe you want to choose based on the artwork. You can also choose your group or groups based on the timestamp that is in the description down below. Maybe there is a lucky number of you there or a number that you're seeing often. And yeah, if you don't know how to choose based on intuition, what I like to do when I choose a pick card reading is I close my eyes and I keep asking myself, what messages are there for me? What do I need to know? And in this case also you can ask, what changes are coming my way? And I would keep repeating those questions in my head till I felt calm and collected, and then open my eyes, and the group that I am the most drawn towards, where my eyes are glued to, is the group I would choose. So maybe this can help you out. Of course, you can also, if you don't trust your intuition, you can also use a number generator from 1 to 3 and choose the group based on that. Now, to the groups. Pile number 1, you have the traditional manga tarot. Your random card for the artwork is the 7 of Cups. And your crystal is this honey calcite. Pile number 2, you've got the mystical manga tarot. Your random card is for the artwork is the King of Wands. Your crystal is this green aventurine. Pile number 3, you have the Shadowscapes Tarot. Your random card is the World. And your crystal is this Botswana agate. So you can also choose your group or groups based on the Clairaudiant selection. I'm going now to go quiet for 1 minute so that you can meditate upon the cards, and after that 1 minute there will be a Clairaudiant selection where I'm going to play a different tune on my guitar so that you can choose based on what you hear, if it strikes to you out, or if you resonate with it. If you hear it clearly, then the other 2s or 3s. And I'm going to play it like this, that first after the meditation will be pile number 1, 2, 3, and it will repeat 1, 2, 3. So you hear the tune twice. And of course you can always use the timestamp to go back and hear the tune more often when you need it. So I'm going to get quiet and I will be seeing you at your piles. Bye! Hi, pile number 1, you chose the traditional manga tarot, the Hanikai side, the number 1, the color blue, or the tune that you heard in the Clairaudiant selection, and this is going to be your reading. I'm going to put your tarot cards on the side because we are going to start with an oracle deck. Normally I start with the tarot deck and then I go to the oracle decks. But today I'm going to start with this oracle deck that is going to give us some changes that are going to be coming your way. And afterwards, I'm sorry, I'm moving around with my chair if you're hearing some sound in the background. And after seeing what changes are coming your way, I'm going to get the tarot cards and see what will happen in your life after those changes. So how your life is going to look like after the changes that came from this oracle deck. And at the end, after I've done as well with the tarot card, there are going to be 2 more oracle decks that have some guidance for you for the time of changes, or as well as after the changes, or for before the changes happen. You can take the advice, however it fits you the best. So hope you've been doing well. Let's get started. So please spirit guide, what changes are coming towards pile number 1? Please spirit guide, what changes are coming towards pile number 1? At the back of the deck we have motivation, so there's going to be a change as well, and in your motivation either you're going to get more motivation and more willpower to do the things that you want, or it could be that your motivation is going to subside a little bit and you have to push yourself and be disciplined to be able to do the things that need to be done or you want to do. So then we also have memories, relationship dynamics, and moving. So let me see, because I have a new setup with a tripod so I don't have another room here underneath. So yeah, this is okay. Okay, so maybe you've recently moved to another city, a new home, a new apartment. You are going to move to a new city, a new apartment, a new state, a new country, maybe even. And you will need time to settle in. This is normal. My friend recently moved from one apartment in one country, a neighboring country of ours, to back to our country, but in a different city than I live. And for her it is a lot of things, because she had to move all the things from one apartment to the other, then paint the walls, get new furniture, organize the things, however it is, getting to know the new people in the house, in her environment now. This is a lot. And for example, I follow the podcast of Chloe Taylor. She's going to rebrand it now, but in the past it was called Divine Authenticity, and now it's going to be the Cozy Babe Club or something like this. I'm not sure, it's not settled down yet. And she went through a moving, and she told us that you settle down in the new place after a year. So if you recently moved, you are going to need 1 year to settle down in this new environment. It's not going to be easy, that's for sure. I think moving to a new place is never easy. And for those that are going to move right now, maybe this can be a preparation for you to know what is going to come ahead. Then we have memories. This could be about memories of the old place, the old people, the old gang that you hanged around. It could be even, because I know the meaning in the guidebook, it could be also memories of someone that passed on and you are remembering them. And in the Oracle deck guidebook, it is said that if you have, you could hold a little, what would you call it? A ritual? No. A memorial, I think. Something that you can gather those that knew that person and talk about the memories that you all shared with the person that passed on, like the good old times, what made you laugh and appreciate the person, so that as a collective, as a group, you can close the chapter. If this is not for you, this could be that memories from the past are coming up for you to change, like in the sense that you don't let the past hold you back, the memories of the past hold you back, to learn from those experiences from the past to change how things are currently. And then we have relationship dynamics. So the relationship that you have, if it is platonic or romantic, are going to change the dynamic. This could come in many forms, like in the past the other person was the nurturer and was taking care of you, and now this is going to change and you are going to have to take care for them because they are going through hard times. it could be that you are finding more, what is this? I'm thinking about how I'm going to explain this in English. It's like the flow of the relationship is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be the same. It could be that someone is going to have more boundaries, or is going to be more demanding, that boundaries are not overstepped. And setting boundaries can change a relationship dynamic. Totally different. Like, for example, let's take myself as an example. I have been a people pleaser for many years, and one of my childhood friend, she knew that I would give in if she asked for something more than once. Like, she would be persistently asking me if I would not do that, if I could not do this with her. Like, for example, once she tried to persuade me in watching a horror movie, and I'm not good with horror movies. And she tried and tried again to bring myself to watch the horror movie, because she knew that I would give in at a certain part. But I did not. At that moment, I was like, look, you know that I cannot watch this. You know what happened the last time I watched a horror movie? I could not sleep for 1 week. Because I always, when I was closing my eyes, I would see the images from the movie in my inner eye, and this would freak me out. So I was a little bit traumatized by that, and I clearly said that I'm not going ever to watch any horror movies again. But she tried to overstep the boundary, but I had, thank goodness, I had still enough self-love for myself to not give in, and I was strict and told I'm never going to do this again. And so the dynamics changed a little bit. She was disappointed and said that I would not do what she wanted, but because of that, she changed her direction, and now she knows who can watch horror movies with her, and she will never ask me again about watching horror movies. So our dynamics changed. I was not giving in at that moment what she was not expecting me to clearly state nope. So let's go and get a look on how your life is going to look like after these changes happen. So please, Spirit guides, how is the life of pile number 1 going to look like after those changes happen? Please, Spirit guides, how is the life of pile number 1 going to look like after those changes? Please, Spirit guides, how is the life of pile number 1 How is the life of pile number 1 going to look like after those changes? Please, spirit guides. How is the life of pile number 1 going to... One more card, please, spirit. Nah. I said one more card, please. So that we have a number. Thanks. At the back of the deck we have the 8 of Wands. Let me... Hold on a second. I think you're on... Yeah. You're not able to see the cards because of the glare. Let me do it like this. Okay. For sure, you're going to leave something behind, pile number 1. With the 8 of Cups here in the middle as the main message of this. You are going to leave something behind, something that doesn't fulfill you emotionally anymore. So you're going to move on, you're going to leave this behind you and go towards something that will fulfill you emotionally. Then we also have 2 cards that are indicating balance, but in a way that is different from each other. We have Justice and the 2 of Pentacles. The 2 of Pentacles is more like you are going to balance out the material world, like the tasks that you need to do, the work that you have. Like, for example, after you moved, you're not going to have to work your job at the same time, unpack those boxes with plates and whatever. You are going to have more time in your hands and you're not going to have to juggle a lot of things at the same time. With Justice here, it's more of a balance in a grander scale, like balancing out karma is what I think of when I see the Justice. Justice is also a card up that talks about truth, being honest, things that have to do with law. So being upright, it could mean that the papers that you needed to do to move out are going to be checked by the law, by the new city or wherever you are currently at. Then there is something coming away with the Knight of Cups. I was reminded of the Knight of Cups being a card that talks about messages that are from an emotional place. And I'm going not to kid you, but whatever this message is that is coming towards you, it is going to lead you to transformation. There's going to be one more change happening after those changes happen. and after you've got the message, you are going through a transformation. Something old in you is going to die so that something new can emerge. And I'm talking about dying in a metaphorical way. Death never means that someone is going to die. It means that you are like snakes. They shed their old skin so that they can grow. And the old skin they are going to leave behind, and they are going to move forward. So you as well, you are going to shed a skin and leave that behind and move forward, because the Eight of Cups, you are going to leave it behind and move forward. The Page of Cups, the Page of Swords is a card that it is someone that is young, fresh energy, that is curious about things. So it may be that after you've settled a little bit down, you are going to be curious about your environment. If this is talking about the movement that you did, or you're going to be curious about the new relationship dynamic that is around you. Now I do have to look up the Seven of Swords in reverse because I always forget what it means. Let me see. The Seven of Swords. The reversed meaning is of the Seven of Swords. If contemplating something unethical, the card reverse indicates that the seeker will get caught. The card may suggest slander. The seeker is the subject of gossip and needs to be alert. Be more cautious of one's public perceived conduct. Could also indicate that whoever took unjustifiable from the seeker will pay his or her dues and get caught soon enough. Another indication is that of a seeker who is trying to deceive the self or others into believing that he or she has it all or can handle it all just fine, though the reality is that the seeker experiences a great deal of instability and insecurity. This is also a card about sabotage, whether to oneself or to others. The Seven of Swords in reverse may also indicate requital for future or reparations that will be made by or to the seeker. Whether it is by the seeker to others or to the seeker from others will depend on the other cards drawn in the spread. Note that in a few cases the Seven of Swords reverse could indicate a seeker who is intentionally hurting or cutting him or herself, someone who has been made to feel like a pariah and as a result is now on a path of self-destruction. Holy shit, that was dark, and I didn't even notice that there should have been a trigger warning statement. I'm sorry. So let me see the Page of Swords. What do we have? Page of Swords, ambitions, judications, communication. The Page of Swords is an aggressive but graceful young woman. She is a strong intellectual with great capacity for learning, great potential for diplomacy, and likewise great potential for becoming a fighter. However, that is also her character flaw. She is too quick to judge others or situations. She is quick to fight others and be confrontational, even hostile if she does not get her way or when people disagree with her. On the other hand, she is a warrior and would make a great fighter. She is who you want as an ally in a war. In a reading for a seeker asking about love, relationship maybe, the page could indicate the appearance of a young female with the foregoing qualities figuratively, could indicate receipt of news or message regarding politics or ambition. Blackbirds flying in the sky not only represent the ability to turn adversity into opportunity, but also symbolize higher intellect and high ideas. Air dominant, the page of swords is ambitious, sometimes controversial, prone to steer controversy with her words, a bit argumentative, but a rational, intelligent, bright, and articulate individual. Could signify Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Note that 2 pages in a tarot reading can indicate no, we don't have 2 pages. Yeah. So be sure you pay attention to what you're going to say. This could lead to you seeing a lot of gossip about how you are, how do you say this, behaving in public. So pay attention to what you say. And by the way, the seeker is you. So wherever the seeker appeared in the meanings, the seeker in this case is you that are watching my video. So let's get some advices for you. So please read, guys, what advice do you have for pile number 1? Any advices or any messages that you want pile number 1 to know? Okay, the back of the deck we have control. Link your own constellation and take control. So I would take this as a message that take the things that you can into your own hands and take control over it. Like needing to move your boxes or getting things out of the box so that you can organize your stuff. It's certainly not going to move by itself, so you have to take control over the things in the boxes. Sadly, the universe cannot do and take control over that. So then we have attract. Like the moon and the ocean, you attract good things into your life. Inspire. There's a fire inside you burning brighter than the sun. It makes sense with the motivation that we got as a back of the deck from the butterfly oracle. Phases. Shine even when you're not whole. And self-care. Spoil yourself in the moonlight. It is a bit, this deck is a little bit starry and moon based. So on to the next oracle deck with advices. So please, spirit guides, what advices do you have for pile number 1? At the back of the deck we have surrender. Surrender your need to control the outcome. Just be with life in this present moment. Surrender the control of the things that you cannot change, but take control of the things that you can. A little bit contradiction. The 2 cards that we are. We have observation. Expand your consciousness by observing the divine matrix of life. Intuition. Trust your intuition. It has been guiding you to the answer that you seek. Meditation. Take a moment to connect to source through quiet reflective meditation. Gratitude. Universal love shines through the miracles of life all around you. And guidance. You are not alone. You are guided by masters and teachers of the highest realms. So this is everything that I have for you, pile number 1. I hope that this helped you. I hope that you like this. Thank you for sticking with me till the end, and I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye! Hi, pile number 2. You chose the Mystical Manga Tarot, the Green Aventurine, the number 2, the yellow dice, or the tune that you heard in the Clairaudiant selection, and this is going to be your reading. I'm going to put your tarot cards away for a second because I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I'm going to start with the Oracle card here and see what changes are coming your way. And then with the tarot card, I'm going to look at how your life is going to look like after those changes. And after doing that, there are 2 oracle cards that are going to give you advices or messages that you need to hear this moment, that are going to help you through the changes, before the changes, during the changes. Okay, so let's get started. I hope you have been doing well. Please be guys, what changes are coming towards pile number 2s? Please be guys, what changes are coming towards pile number 2s? Please be guys, what changes are coming towards pile number 2s? Please be guys, what changes are coming towards pile number 2s? Please be guys, what changes are coming towards pile number 2s? Please be guys, what changes are coming? Good. So at the back of you have the same back of the deck as pile number 1, motivation. So there is a thing going on in the collective. So motivation is changing, either it's rising up or it is declining, depending on where on your journey you currently are. So either you're going to get more motivation, more willpower, and more drive to do things, or the motivation is going to subside. You're going to feel less of motivation and have more, a bit more on the lower side of willpower and drive to do the things. Then we have self-employment, sentimental feelings, and new career. So I think this one fits with this one here. So let's put this over here. Looks like pile number 2 that you are changing careers, or either you are going into being self-employed, or you've been self-employed and you are going to change into being an employed. Either you are going to work for someone else after being self-employed, or you were working for someone else and you are going into self-employment. So you are doing things for you. You are going to be your own leader now, for those that are going to be self-employed, and you are starting this new career. So what is changing in your life, what changes are coming into your life, is this new career, the self-employment, or getting out of self-employment for some. Yeah, there's nothing more to say. Then sentimental feelings is, I have no idea what it means. I'm sorry. I need to get the meanings. I'm going to read it for myself and then summarize what it means, because Translating from German to English is a little bit more difficult. Okay, the first part is something from your past is wanting to get your attention. This card asks of you to get the old and deep hidden feelings that you've hid away in your heart, to look at them as a opportunity to open up your heart to heal. Maybe you are going to find a object that is going to bring back memories. Use those memories and feelings so that you can so that you can, nah, the word's just not coming to my head. I'm sorry. By the way, I'm looking at my empath tool to look at the translation, and it's 1818. So maybe this is a number that you are seeing often currently or will be seeing. Take it however you want. And research and study. So take those feelings and memories to research and study your emotions that in the past you may not have been able to process. Okay, so it's saying that this is the perfect time to heal those situations from the past that you have not been able to yet, and to dissolve and let go of those heavy emotions so that you can go without carrying the burden from the past to the future. If you need to get support through therapists or a self-help group, it can make you stronger and motivate you more so that you can face your feelings that you think are sad to feel, like it's more like uncomfortable, till you will perceive that in the beginning there was nothing to fear at all. Well, you may have feared to face the feelings, and by going to a therapist or self-help group, they're going to help you through the process of seeing that you had nothing to fear. And this process will bring to you that you are going to let go of those heavy burdens that you didn't even know that you were carrying them around, and so that you can live your life to the fullest without fear of taking the next step other meanings of this card is an object that you found that you thought was lost, finding it again, or an object that is charged with a lot of emotions. Maybe making a photo book, writing down your memories, honoring a loved one. How do you say this again? There are certain old objects that certain people like to have on display. I'm sorry, I'm too, well, let me Google it, because I should not be too lazy to Google it. Collect. Collecting maybe old objects that you've chosen to collect, because there are people that like to collect those old objects from a time before us, a time before our incarnation. Would be a better wording. So let's now go to your tarot cards and look at how your life is going to look like after those changes. Don't know why, but I'm keep seeing the Queen of Swords. So let's see. Please, Spirit guides, how is the life of pile number 2 going to look like after those changes? Please, Spirit guides, how is the life of pile number 2 going to look like after those changes? Strength. Please, Spirit guides, how is the life of pile number 2 going to look like after those changes? The 3 of Wands. The Ace of Wands in reverse. The 5 of Cups. Please, Spirit. The High Priestess in reverse. The 10 of Wands in reverse and the Chariot in reverse. And at the back of the deck we have Justice. So let me get those cards here so that you can see them. I've heard those 3 upright. Looks like you're going through ups and downs, emotionally speaking, with the 5 of Cups. It's in the middle, yes. With the 5 of Cups in the middle, there is going to be a little bit of grief and sorrow, because this person is grieving the cups that fell over, the things that didn't work out, but they are not seeing that there are two cups still standing, that there are two opportunities still available for them. It's because they are so in grief and in sorrow that they cannot see it, they cannot perceive it. And this happens, it reminds me, funnily, it reminds me of a series that I've watched as a child. And sometimes I would find it again on the TV and watch and rewatch again. It's a series called Ghost Whisperer, where the main protagonist, she is a medium and she can see the spirit of those that passed away, and she tries to help them pass on to the spirit world because they are stuck on Earth with things that they could not finish. And after she helps them and also the people that were left were still staying on Earth after the person passed on, she also had to grieve because her husband died, but she was so much in grief and sadness that she lost her abilities on seeing him, his spirit, and he was always there with her after he passed away, but she was not able to see or perceive him because she was so in her sorrow and in her grief. But afterwards she was able to see him again, his spirit, and he somehow entered afterwards a body of a person. And yeah, that's a whole other story. But what I'm saying is that grief and sadness can make a person not see what is around them. So be gentle with yourself if you are going through some grieving and sadness. The things are going to get different and better. So after going through those changes, you're going to get stronger. You're going to be more confident in yourself. You're going to feel more worthy, going to have the self-esteem like really high, so much that you are going to be able to wait for the first rewards of your hard work come in. This person is waiting for the boats with the, what is it called, with the rewards in this case, in this sense, to come in. But while I think because you are waiting for it to come in and not moving forward, you may be losing motivation because the Ace of Wands is in reverse. And I feel like reading the Ace of Wands meanings from the guidebook of this. The Ace of Wands in reverse. A missed opportunity, delay, dissatisfaction. So while you are looking at something to come in, you are going to start feeling that you've missed an opportunity, things that are going to be delayed, and you are going to feel dissatisfied. That will lead you to your grieving and sadness. But you need to listen to your intuition with the High Priestess. The High Priestess is someone that stands between the spirit world and the material world, Earth in this case, and can receive messages from the spirit world, guidance, ideas even, because it is up there, the ideas are up there. While listening to the guidance, there may be a need for you to let go of more things that you're carrying around, more heavy things that you don't need to carry around anymore, to let go of them. And by doing that and listening to the guidance and your own intuition, you are going to be able to start moving forward again. The Chariot is about deciding and moving with the decision forward. And also we have Justice here in at the back of the deck, and the Justice talks about truth, honesty, balance. So there is a need to be truthful with yourself and maybe also others. Let's go to your guidance part of the reading. So please, Spirit Guides, what advice do you have for pile number 2? Please, Spirit Guides, what advice do you have for pile number 2, or a message for pile number 2 that they need to hear right now? Please, Spirit Guides, what advice do you have for pile number 2? Those. So at the back of the deck we have self-care. Spoil yourself in the moonlight. This deck is a little bit moon, stars related, as you can see with the images here. We have boundaries. Put a ring around yourself and your energies. And put in boundaries with others as well. Then the moon, take time to reflect. Phases, shine even when you are not whole. Expand, growth is often uncomfortable and messy, but necessary. Take charge, don't wait for the stars to align. Reach up and arrange them the way you want. Then tomorrow guidance with the last oracle deck. Please, Spirit Guides, what advice do you have for pile number 2? Please, Spirit Guides, what advice do you have for pile number 2? Please, Spirit Guides, what advice do you have for pile number 2? Please, Spirit Guides, what advice do you have for pile number 2? What advice do you have for pile number 2? At the back of the deck we have a vision. Trust in your ability to create the vision in your soul. So we have advancement. A strong energy is propelling you forward. Follow the strings of your heart. Earth Guide. Your sacred calling upon this planet is to simply love and be loved. Blue Flame. Connect to the blue flame, which is the light of pure love within you. And Wisdom. See your adversaries as opportunities to expand your spiritual light. So pile number 2, this is everything that I have for you. I hope that you liked it. I hope that it helped you. Thank you for sticking with me till the end, and I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye! Hi, pal number 3. You chose the Shadowscapes Tarot, the Botswana Agate, the number 3, or the red dice, or the tune that you heard, and this is going to be your reading. So I'm going to put your deck here on the side because I am starting with an oracle card to see what changes are coming your way. Afterwards, I will be using the tarot deck to see how your life is going to look like after those changes. And after that, we have 2 oracle decks that are going to give you messages or guidance and advices for before the change, after the change, during the change. So yeah, I hope you've been well. And let's see what will come up for you. So please, Spirit Guides, what changes are coming towards pile number 3? Please, Spirit. Please, Spirit Guides, what changes are coming towards pile number 3? Apparently, it is all that. Okay. So, let's see, we have finances, we have adult children, support, aging, what is it called again? With pride? Wait, let me Google this again. I always forget what this means. Dignity, thanks Google. So aging with dignity and the end of a era or a chapter. At the back of the deck we have Google. How would you? Working through mourning, like someone passed away and you are working through the process of mourning, of grieving, and so on. So let's get started. So your finances are going to change for the better. Then if you have children, your children are going to be adults now. Or if you are a child of a parent, it is time for you to show your parents that you are an adult now, and that they should not treat you as a child, and that you can make your own decision and take responsibility of the decision that you've made. You are going to get more support. This could mean any kind of way. I think in this deck it's more like a support as in therapy, self-help groups, or that you are someone that, it is even on page 111, or that you are someone that always tries to do things alone, and never ask for help, and now it's time for you to learn how to ask for support and help, because you cannot do everything alone anymore. Then we have aging with dignity. It could be that you are getting more white hair. For those that are a little bit more on the elderly side of the spectrum, you are going to get more white hair. There are going to be a few more German. It's where always when I have to translate something from German into English, my brain just does not want. Wrinkle, or yeah, wrinkle. You're going to get some more wrinkles. And that's okay, everyone does this. And well, society doesn't look good at people that are going to get wrinkles or have gray hair, because the beauty industry wants to sell their product. So they want to sell their hair dye so that you can hide your white hair, or sell creams that prevent you from getting more wrinkles, or to help you subside those wrinkles. And look, it is okay to get those wrinkles and those white hair. It is the industry that is feeding people in believing that it is not okay to have wrinkles and gray hair. For example, I have, with 25, I have some white hair. I started to have them with 14, I think, 13, I think, the first few strains, because it's just something that comes from my family line. My mother had more white hair at my age than I have, but she is someone that falls into the prey of this beauty standards and dyes her hair every month. But I am someone that is not going to do that. I'm going to age with dignity, and I'm going to be proud of my white hair. Because it just shows the beautiful process of our body. Yes, you may think, okay, we're going to get older and getting near death. But death doesn't mean that the end. I believe that there is something after death. There is a spirit world. I believe in reincarnation, so I'm going to go to a different place. Moreover, because I am a starseed, meaning that I had lives outside of Earth in different planets and so on. So when I've lived my life here on Earth, I know that I'm going to meet up my family from the other star systems and be with them, and that's okay. It's just a new chapter that is starting for my soul. So there's also going to be an end of something in your life. It may have been something really big, a big chapter that ended, something maybe that went on for a decade or so, because era. What would you say? How would you say this in English? No, I'm curious. Would you say also era? Yeah, era, age. The end of an age, the end of an era. So something big is ending for you. So let's see what the tarot cards have to say on how your life is going to look like after those changes. No, don't follow me. So please, spirit guides, how is the life of pile number 3 going to look like after those changes? How is the life of pile number 3 going to look like after those changes? Well, after something ends, something begins. Please, spirit guides, how is the life of pile number 3 going to look like? This yes, this no. Please, spirit guides, how is the life of pile number 3 going to look like after those changes? More new beginnings. Please, spirit guides, how is the life of pile number 3 going to look like after those changes? At the back of the deck we have the Page of Cups. So you are going to get an emotional new start. Your emotions are going to reset. You could say you may start something new that your emotions are really into it. Is that how you would say this? The first stirring of emotion, compassion, love, intimacy, and attunement. Well, let's just say that you're beginning something new. Your emotions are going to be into this with a fresh start. Like, there is no emotion or feeling on this thing already. It's like you go into this without any prior judgment. Could you say this? Judgment or no? It's more like Vorurteil. My brain just doesn't want to. You are starting something without prejudice or bias. Then we have the Ace of Swords that talks about new beginnings in communication, in thought patterns. Like, your thoughts and how you communicate are not going to be the same as it was in the past. You are going to start fresh. You've transformed because there are butterflies on the cards. See, can you see? Because I have a no. Yeah, no, can't. I have a new setup with a tripod, and it takes some place away from me here underneath. You can see, and so I'm still figuring out how to do this, and so that you can see everything. So here on the card you can see there are butterflies. So there was a transformation happening that led you to this new beginning of how you speak, or how you're thinking. And because of that, you are going to change as well in how you take action, because there is the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands takes action upon his passions. And what he's really passionate about. So you are charging into this thing without prejudice, without bias, with a new mindset, a new thinking pattern, with a new way of communicating maybe your needs as well. But there's still some things that you are carrying around that are too heavy, and you should let go of it. It's not for you to only carry those burdens. It is okay to let some things go and find balance. Temperance is a card that talks about balance of energy. You see here how the angel is holding this orb of blue and yellow, but if you look closely into it, it looks like the yin yang, just with different colors. It's not black and white, but it's blue and yellow. So finding the balance of the feminine energy and the masculine energy, to know when you need to surrender for the universe to take charge of it, and to wait and to receive the blessings from the universe, and also knowing when you need to protect the feminine energy and take action upon things in the masculine aspect of you. And this has nothing to do with gender. We all have masculine and feminine energy, yin and yang, in us, regardless of what type of person we are. So, then let's get some guidance and advices. So, please, spirit guides, what advice do you have for pile number 3? Please, spirit guides, what advice do you have for pile number 3? So at the back of the deck we have navigate. Beacons of light in the night sky are there to guide you. So if you are searching for guidance, you can look upon the stars and ask the stars for guidance and to help you guide you. They are going to listen. If you consider yourself as... Did I say this here? Yeah. If you consider yourself a starseed, maybe, because I've talked about this, you could ask the stars, because there may be stars out there that have life, that maybe you had a past life there, and asking those extraterrestrials to help you, because they are part of your family when you were a starseed. Well, when you were one of them, an extraterrestrial. Well, if you are when you lived there, you weren't an extraterrestrial. But either way, I hope you know what I mean with you could ask the stars for help. They are going to help you and guide you. So then we have here, replenish. The sun will rise and we will try again. Trust the light in you cannot be dimmed, and you should never dim them for others. Light, without the dark we never see the stars. Discover, spot new opportunities. Unleash, hold nothing back, expand into the universe. So then the star seeds oracle here. It's not the one from Rebecca Campbell, it's a different one. So please, spirit guides, what advice do you have for pile number 3? Please, spirit guides, what advice do you have for pile number 3? Well then, We have vision. Trust in your ability to create the vision in your soul. At the back of the deck, we have intuition. Trust your intuition. It has been guiding you to the answer that you seek. Then we have courage. Live your life fearlessly with courage, strength, and determination. Channel. You are a channel through which healing energy reaches the world. Reflection. See all aspects of yourself through the reflection of the one who mirrors your hidden self. Reflection. See all aspects of yourself through the reflection of the one who mirrors your hidden self. Holy sh! That's deep. Creation. Being creative is a wonderful way of witnessing the unfolding of your limitless creative soul. I think putting here. Choice. By staying conscious in your thoughts, you guide your journey in the direction of choice. Transcendence. Transcend your mind's limitation and allow your soul's light to truly shine. No limitations. You are a celestial being with unlimited potential. There is much for you to share. So pile number 3, this is everything that I have for you. I hope that you liked it. I hope that it could help you. Thank you for sticking with me till the end, and I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye!